And on to the big breaking news coming in, Prime Minister security breach matter, which is being heard in the Supreme Court. What we understand as of now is that the committee has found that the Punjab police officer, the SC appointed committee, has found that the Punjab police officer failed to discharge duties in ensuring security of Prime Minister during his visit to Punjab in January. We'll go across to Rhythm as well to get us those details. But what we are learning as of now is that the report has found that there was a failure on part of Punjab police. That's the report. Remember, the plea relates to security lapses during Prime Minister Modi's visit to Punjab in January. We have Rhythm with us. Rhythm, over to you. Take us through the findings of this report by the SC appointed committee.
Happened today as we are looking at this case is the Supreme Court has now been told by the Justice Indu Malhotra committee that there was a breach by the Punjab police officials. There was a failure by the Punjab police officials in carrying out orders. Remember, in Jan of this year, the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy, Prime Minister Prime Minister Narendra Modi had been in that cavalcade for 20 minutes in Punjab, hardly 20 kilometers from the border in Pakistan, and there had been a security lapse when protesters had gathered around that particular highway that he was to take. The police, the Punjab police at that time, and the government was being run by the Congress government, had taken no action to ensure that the entire highway would be cleared out, they could be sanitized. And after seeing the uproar over this, the Supreme Court had appointed the Justice Indu Malhotra committee, former Supreme Court judge of the Supreme Court. Today they have come out with a finding where they say, yes, there were lapses on behalf of the Punjab police. Now, we also remember that this happened and the Supreme Court has today said it's the government that will be taking, this report will be forwarded to the government to take action. But this was a major case when it came up in January. The reason for this was simple. Like I said, it was the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy, Prime Minister Modi, when he was going from one place in Punjab to another, that his cavalcade had been stuck for 20 minutes on a highway and he had been vulnerable at that time. It was very dangerous. We were asking questions and several people asked questions whether this was a political stunt by the Congress party. Was this a deliberate lapse because the Prime Minister was not given the kind of attention that the Punjab police needed to give? We also saw sacking of a lot of people in Punjab police after that, but this report by Justice Malhotra, which will be very, very closely looked at, therefore now pinpoints that yes, there were lapses. Will these security lapses and the Prime Minister's security breach really only stop the buck at the Punjab police is the critical question to ask here, or whether also the Punjab government at that time, which was the Chani government, should also be held accountable, will have to be seen.